Hi guys, Jamie from Aspire Fitness here again. Welcome to another home-based workout. This one is about your upper body, particularly shoulders and arms, at gaining strength and maintaining that muscle size. Now, we'll be using our body weight again today because we don't have a lot of barbells and dumbbells available in the gym, so we're going to be moving ourselves. We've all got gravity, we should be fine. One of the key points is to keep one correct shape as you do each exercise. You can Facebook message us and you can show us a video of your technique and we can give you a few ideas if that helps. 2, tempo. And a lot of this has to do with your time under tension. So I've made notes about the tempos exercises should be performed at and what am I referring to. Let's say, for example, I'm doing a press up. This would be a tempo of 3, 2, 1, hold 2 and up 1. 0 rest at the top. 3, 2, 1, hold 1, 2, up 1, 0 rest at the top. So I'd write that down as 3-2-1-0. Just so you know what I'm referring to in the tempo notes. When it comes to rep ranges, the idea of course is to do as many reps as you can. In some of this workout, I'm giving you a target rep range of up to a certain number. Once you can achieve that certain number of these exercises, the idea is to make the exercise harder by changing the levers, and I'll show you that as we go along. Now, what's our first thing? Well, our first working exercise today is a wide grip horizontal pull-up, and I'm going to be using these chairs right here. If I was to hang off the back of the chair, it's going to fall over. So I'm going to go this way, just a little handy tip. I want to position myself with these only just wide enough for me to get in the middle. The goal is, when I reach the top of a pull-up, I want my forearm to be vertical instead of in. Because my elbow and forearm is going to be against the back of the chair, it can't turn to my side. This is going to keep my elbow out and recruit more of the back of my shoulders by essentially eliminating a fair amount of the latissimus dorsi under here, meaning that the other muscles involved had to do more of the work. So, I'm going to take my hand in the middle of the chair right here. Sit down. Alrighty. Trust these suckers aren't going to go skidding across the floor. I'm going to have my knees bent to start with on this one and lift my hips up so I'm nice and flat. Hopefully you can see that in the camera. We want to make sure that we're not letting the chin lead the way, but the chest lead the way. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now we're looking for as many reps as you can do, and of course squeezing across the back, making sure that we're not going into this shape at the top, that strong, proud superhero posture. If you do need to make this exercise harder and you think, man, I'm going to be here all day, put your feet up on another chair so that you hang on onto the chairs like this and your other legs are out and you're in the air instead of on your feet, if that makes any sense. Top ups. Now, of course, at this point in the workout, you've just done some wide grip horizontal pull-ups. We're looking for a vertical movement of pulling, and I really want this one to be a bit gnarly, so do not underestimate this exercise. I'm not very good at it, but I'm going to try and show you what I can. It's supposed to look a little bit like this. Typically it's an overhand grip. You first off do a pull-up. Okay, so here's the concept. I do a pull-up to get up. Then I hold myself up in the air and try and push back away from the bar. Then I pull myself in and then finally lower the press up. So my body's going to go up, I hold myself up, I push away so that my arms are straight up to the bar, I pull back in and then down. I'll show you again. Now this is definitely one of those things we talked about with leverages. You might have noticed that when I leant back, I pulled my knees into my chest. This was to make me a shorter lever. If I did it with one leg stretched out, it would be a longer lever. If I did it with both legs stretched out, it's an even longer, heavier lever. Basically, it's increasing the amount of your mass that you're holding in your arms. This is a tough exercise requiring a lot of abdominal strength, a lot of shoulders, a lot of lats. When you are holding the bar, really grip the bar. Don't just hang on, grip it. And try and imagine bending the bar so your elbows are twisting into the sides. Ideally, 2 seconds up, 2 seconds out, to a 4-second hold, 2 seconds in, and then 2 seconds down. To be fair, this is a very challenging exercise. If you can do any speed at all and do the movement, I think you're doing great. If you could do anything more than 1 rep in a row, I don't think you're doing really, really awesome, okay? It's not to be underestimated. Good grip. Up. You gotta be strong for this bugger. Good luck. Oh yeah, if you're thinking, no way Jose, I can't do that, obviously you can go for a pull-up or a chin-up, and if that's a bit too tricky, you can use a stool and use a sissy squat to assist. So, whichever grip you're using, I'm gonna be on my tippy toes, I'm gonna bend into my legs a little bit, I'm gonna make my arms do as much work as I can, up, and then down. Just using the legs to push down just enough to cope with what my arms can't. Okay? I should tell you that the top up is a great exercise to do with a partner. Okay? So I've got my imaginary person here. They're going to do a pull-up. So they're pulling up. I'm going to help them get up. All right, they're at the top. I'm going to put one hand in between the shoulder blades and the other hand on the lower back / top of the ass, and they're going to lean back. Notice how the head has moved over this way. Then move back to vertical and then come on down. Again, you can always Facebook message me for an idea about how to do it. And there are lots of good videos out there on the internet about how to do top-ups. Gymnastics exercise top-ups. Next up is a front lever with a reduced leverage. So I'm using my kitchen chairs again. Got them fairly close. I'm going to take my arm at about a 45-degree angle across the chair, something like this. Legs are going to go out straight and toes pointed. A bit wider there. And I'm just going to lift up. I'm going to press down through my whole arm, not just my elbow, but my forearm as well. Actually trying to put weight into the heel of my hand direction. And then land. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2. Now when I'm here, my butt is tight, my toes are pointed, I'm arching my back, but I am making an effort to lift my chest. Now I don't know if you can see this, this is me up, but my shoulders are slouched. Now I'm going to go the extra height, and that's the posterior deltoid right there, and then down. To make this more challenging, move the chairs wider, so I have to push more through the bottom part of my arm and less through the top part of my arm. Yep, definitely a bit harder. So as with all of these things, it's important to think about your body position. The abs are tight and involved. The butt is squeezed. The toes are flexed. I am involving my hamstrings there. I'm going to really pull back and I'm going to press down through my arm. Make sure you're not just leveraging on the elbow, but actually pressing through the whole arm. I mean, if you can get super good at it, which I'm not yet, you'd actually do it with your hands here so that you've got all of you is all out in space. Okay, that's going to make life way harder for you. Okay, so next up, archer press-ups. One hand is going to be getting a decent workout on the triceps back here, shoulders, chest. The other arm is going to be getting a decent workout through shoulders, chest, and a lot of bicep. I've hooked up a couple of straps hanging off my washing machine here, and I've got something to bring them to around about the same height. This is what we look like. Feet wide. Notice the palm is facing each other. Now, wide feet takes away the concept of worrying about balance too much. There's enough else going on. I'm going to press quite hard into the hand that's in the straps. As I go down, one arm comes into the side, the other arm is out to the side. When this arm goes out to the side, I need to keep my wrist folding inwards like this. That direction of the wrist is the direction we want to go. You wouldn't want to find yourself out there. We're looking for a completely straight elbow if you can. There is quite a big difference between nearly straight and straight though, so be mindful of that. If you can't go 100% straight, that's okay, don't snap anything, but that's your goal. When I'm down there, I'm trying not to put all the weight just on my in hand. I'm actually trying to put at least half of it in the outward hand, which is why my feet are quite wide to that side. Then of course you turn around and do the other side, so I'll show you from the other side. Biceps are us. Handstand press-ups. Now, I do appreciate that handstands can be quite challenging for a whole bunch of reasons. But the fact is, it's getting, in my case, almost 100 kilos in a vertical load position, so that's a shoulder press, okay? It's quite decent. As with a normal shoulder press, if you're doing it with a bar, you would have your hands about this width, wouldn't you? Okay, because you want the forearm vertical at the bottom, push up, and then follow through underneath, and as you go up, the elbows turn out, okay? Elbows turning down again. That's your standard barbell shoulder press. If you go a little wider, you might find that you're a little bit more stable and you have a bit more strength, particularly with the handstand version. You might have noticed my last rep there, I went a bit wider for a bit more strength. If I can make it all the way down to my head just about touches the ground and goes back up again, I've done great. For those of you who are thinking, screw that, I can't get into a handstand at all, what am I going to do? Here's your solution. This is your solution. Use a chair or a bench top or something. The higher it is, the harder. And move yourself into an L shape. This means that my feet are going to be on the chair, putting some of the weight through there, meaning it's not all of the weight in my arms as I go up and down. Looks like this. Get yourself as vertical as you can. You can bend your knees a bit if you need to, but it feels a bit nicer when they're straighter. And then shoulder press. When you are doing upside down things, don't forget to keep breathing, otherwise you might see funny spots. Bit harder again. Okay, so there are increments within the handstand press up. Good luck, guys. Okay guys, L-sit dips. Three, two, one, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's getting a bit harder to do, right, hey? So the L-sit dip is abs and hips, but obviously triceps as well is what's getting up and down. So when I do this exercise, I want to have my elbows tuning in, Try not to shoulders up by the ears. It can definitely be a bit of a challenge, so you can do this with your knees bent to make it lighter. Like this, or easier again, with them underneath like this, just trying not to land on them. So there's a few increments within there. Hardest version, legs out straight. Above hip height is the ideal. A bit easier, bend your knees, but keep your thigh horizontal. Easier again, bring the legs back underneath you and lean into the dip as I come down. You'll notice that when I do the legs out version, my body is much more upright. When my legs come back underneath me, I can lean forward and use more chest to lift me up and down. So it's basically adding more muscle for the same amount of me. Hard, medium, easier, easiest. And I can lean on this one, see? Alrighty, dips. Hello. And finally, bicep push-ups. Just got to wait for your cat to walk off. Alrighty, you relax, I won't. Now I'm going to have my fingers pointing the wrong way around here at about shoulder width, okay? As with all these things, I am going to try and grip the ground with my fingers, not just have all the weight on the heel of my hand. I'm going to actively use my fingers. The key here is that you get your shoulders in front of your wrist. You can see here my shoulder is this far in front of my wrist. Okay, I can do this from my knees, of course, or on my toes. I'm going to come down. Now, the further forward I stay, particularly at the bottom of the rep, the more bicep loading I'm going to get. The lever is more important than the amount of weight, so feel free to come onto your knees instead of your toes. That's cool. Good luck, and I hope you enjoyed that body weight, muscle strength and sizey workout thingy. Have a nice day.